Hey, what's good, y'all? Josh Mallet here, and you know what it is. We're back again with another beat making video. I'm always putting out music composition tutorials, music production tutorials, and even some mixing tutorials. So stay tuned, subscribe, and click that bell, and especially let me know what you want to see next in the comments below. Anyways, we're trying something pretty new again. I've been trying some more challenges, some experimenting with new styles, and I thought, what if we go for that spacey, lo-fi kind of Adult Swim style that still has this nice polish to it? Thought we'd try that out, and I think I got the perfect tool to try it, so let's jump right in. Okay, we're in the DAW now, and I think I got a good idea right off the bat. I found this preset in iZotope Iris, which has been really cool for some sound design stuff, and check this out. So I'm going to throw that down at about 85 beats per minute, and we'll get back and see how that sounds. Okay, I just threw that down. Let me play it for you real quick. Pretty cool. Let's do some stuff to add some reverb to this. Really get that vibe going before we touch the drums, because they won't be a super big part of this beat. It's all about those textures. Okay, so we'll open up Spaces and find a good preset. Okay, pretty cool. So that's a huge preset from Spaces 2. Really nice reverb that I use for a lot of my stuff. But let's see what we can do to add some more detail to this before we get into the drums. Maybe just like a 8-bar intro. All right, so I found a little Serum preset that I really messed up to kind of get this like warm, brassy sound. We're going to lay that in the background to add some motion and energy to this. All right, I think we got something down, so let me show it to you. So from there, maybe we can get some hi-hats to bring in this stuff and get into the main loop of the beat. Okay, I got some nice hi-hats down, and there's actually something cool I'm doing with them. So check this out. So I'm layering 2 hi-hats together. The top one sounds like this. But I wanted that kind of attack so I could get a bit more swing out of it. So I put a harder hi-hat on the bottom. It's kind of my way of mimicking like what acoustic hi-hats would sound like without having like the full acoustic kind of sound. So I think that works out pretty well. That's a good tip that you could use to get some more like energy out of your hi-hats. But now that we have hi-hat sound, let me play it for you. All right, pretty good so far, and we're actually just not going to complicate this at all. We'll leave the intro where it's at, and we'll come back later if we feel like we're going to add anything else. But I want to get into the groove, get into the drums for this main section, so that's what we'll go to. Now, right off the bat for this main section, we can cut away some of this sample and just leave the top layer so we can make room for some of those drums. Now, let's lay down a cool pattern real quick. Copy those hi-hats over, and let's just get the kick and snare down. All right, we got something cool. Check this out. Not bad, not bad. I think the snare's kind of actually hitting too hard, and I want to take out some of that top end just so it sits in the back a bit more like an in-between of a trap snare and like something more lo-fi. So let's see how this sounds. Let's actually solo this. Yeah, that's better. put the EQ before the transient shaper so we can still get that transient bumping. I'm liking the kick, but let's add some perk and get like a bit more of a groove to this. So I actually already have something loaded up, and it's an acoustic sort of perk. And I want this for some like ghost notes, some fill type stuff, especially going into beat 3. So let's lay that down and I'll show you. All right, pretty cool. So it doesn't sound super realistic, but it's just adding that extra bit of rhythm to the groove. So that's really cool. And maybe we can get some open hi-hats to really complete this picture and add some more sound design from there. So let's see if we can get one going. All right, so I didn't end up adding an open hi-hat, but I added a shaker. So let's just rename our track. And I think this adds some extra motion to the hi-hat. Check it out. Just that dirtiness that gives it a bit more realism. Now we're gonna I really like how warm this synth is sounding. So let's see if we can get something like in the background to add some more detail. Okay, so I found this kind of bass pad that I'm going to use to replace the 808. Kind of sound like a bass guitar. Just gonna sit back there. So check this out. Just add that warm low end. But we already have a pretty nice groove going, so we're just gonna add a few more elements before we work on the arrangement of this a bit more. Okay, I got a cool idea. What if we add some trumpet? I have this nice trumpet from Infinite Brass. So maybe we can lay that back in the beat a bit, kind of like it's a solo. So let's see what we can do with that. Okay, I'm liking some of that. Maybe let's get a bit of a better take. Okay, pretty interesting. I like how it's kind of like behind the beat. Behind the beat means it's going to be a little bit later on each downbeat. So it's kind of giving like a bit of a groove to this. Maybe what we can do from here is go ahead and add a release to the trumpet and then add a new sound design element in for this last section. This could be like kind of the equivalent of a chorus, but we're going to be a lot looser on the kind of songwriting elements in this kind of beat. Okay, y'all know the drill. So what we did for this section was we brought down the energy by taking out some of those drums and putting in some tasteful white noise, some sweeps in there to sort of pad out this section. So check this out. Now, I think the one thing we might need is something to add a bit more energy going back into like the main loop again. But maybe let's just go ahead and put that there first and see what we have. All right, sweet. So I just added a bit of a bell and a marimba to this new section to add some more like detail to it. So let's check this out. Sweet. So from there, we can actually just arrange this beat out and start to really like work on the mixing and stuff. But let's see how this sounds when we get the loop right. Okay, the beat is arranged out. Before I show it to you, be sure to subscribe, leave a comment below on what you want to see next. Especially if you want to support me directly, head over to the link in the description and get my 808 pack of 25 808s for only $5. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.